Greetings and welcome to the ROI Clear podcast. My name is Ray Hightower, and today we are honored to have as our guest Professor Melvin Landry. Melvin Landry is a professor at Texas A&M University in Texarkana. He's a procurement executive, professor, multifamily investor, real estate syndicator. He is the co-founder of Moreland Equity Capital, and that's something we're going to spend a lot of time talking about. This is a man with many talents and many hats. We are honored to have him here. Welcome, Professor Melvin Landry. Welcome, Melvin.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Happy to be here.
Happy to have you here. And it's wonderful how we met. I originally met your wife at a family office event in Florida, and she told me about you. And it's always good to have a wife who says really good things about her husband. And then I ended up meeting you in Kentucky. Other events. So you two certainly have the tag team thing going. Let me ask you this. We always start off our talks with, or our discussions on ROI Clear with an elevator pitch. And for those who are unfamiliar with ROI Clear, Melvin Landry is on an elevator with someone he wants to influence. What would you say to that person in the course of an elevator ride?
Start off with an icebreaker, maybe something to get them to smile, right? And from that, right, speak to the notion of hey, something of a sports analogy. For me, right, I tend to wear sports paraphernalia, and folks tie it into, oh, are you from such and such area? And I tell them where I'm from, country boy from Louisiana, and that ties into sports, right? And people think New Orleans Saints, they think quarterback, the coach, right? One championship, history of losing seasons, etc. So that kicks off the icebreaker. Hey, what do you do? We kind of go from that standpoint. So yeah.
Excellent. So you're not one of those in your face, here's my card, call me right now.
No. That's never been my approach. My approach has always kind of been start up a kind of subtle conversation, easy going. I'm not one that's going to kind of clamor in your face type. That's not my demeanor. Easy going, smooth sailing. Appreciate me for who I am in terms of where I'm from, and you kind of get to know me, and it comes afterwards with an embracement of taking me back card or something like that. So that's been the approach.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about Moreland Equity Capital. How did you start the firm? What do you do? Let's go through that a little bit.
Cool. I think you mentioned, Ray, like 5-6 titles. So man of many traits. I do a lot. Moreland Equity Capital started off here recently as a result of us elevating our expertise in the multifamily real estate as well as self-storage. More is my wife's maiden name, Morelli. My wife's from Chicago.
Okay.
Landry, take off the ROI.
Yes, all right.
The tag team approach, equity capital. So that's how it kind of formulated together. And as you mentioned, Ray, you met my wife in one place, you met me in another place.
Yes.
It's critical for us to divide and conquer on this journey, and we've really accelerated our growth, our exposure to other individuals in the space like yourself. And we got 8-year-old. So 8-year-old, and he's involved lacrosse, baseball, flag football, and he's in a bunch of other type activities. So it calls for us to divide and conquer, and for one spouse to be the face of one entity, my wife, family office, me being the face of another entity, hence Raise Masters, right? But Ray, you do it all. You're everywhere, man. So we've got the opportunity to kind of cross paths and meet both. But that's how we do it. Works out fantastically well. And the balance pendulum, I think, is key. And that's what makes Moreland Equity Capital so successful.
Yeah, the balance is key. So I'd like to explore that a little bit, because there's some people who will say, we've interviewed people who are twins, twin siblings, the Carter twins in Texas, the Adams twins in Tennessee, who are people who are siblings who do business together and they do it well. We've interviewed a few spouses, but what is your secret? Because there's some couples that are able to do it well and some that don't. But just looking at you and Jackie, the way you tag team each other, how is it that you're able to do it so well?
Pretty clear, but stay in your lane. Know where you're good at, right? So, in the multifamily co-sponsorship pendulum, when we're looking at opportunities, I'm always hunting for deals, right? I'm online a lot. I work, I teach. I'm always kind of hunting for deals. I'm that deal hunter. I find
Yes.
opportunity, kickstarted to the wife. Hey, take a look at this. Has some legs, and maybe it's broken with a broker on the phone. Has a good report. Hey, dear. I call my wife dear. Underwrite this. Let's see what
Hmm.
it pans out. So she's kind of managing the back end of the system for more land, and just within the last what 6 8 months, wife retired, so this is her baby in terms of the back end,
Oh,
the
yes.
management. So clear delineation of goals, a clear vision of where we want to go. I'm still maintaining my 9 to 5 and the other activities. Teaching has been a passion for me. Been doing it since '05, so I'm going to
Yes.
keep being. And I'm an adjunct, so I'm not full time at an institution. Don't want to
Okay.
be. Don't want
Right.
to be. So and it works, man. So I'm out kind of doing investor relations stuff. Always trying to set meetings with people, getting on 15, 30 minutes when I can find a gap in between my busy day because I have a job
Yes.
too.
Yeah.
No, right? So you make it work from a balance standpoint. You make it work, and it was working out well. Locally, my wife's a realtor. She's out
Okay.
at these other events as well. We got our own backyard where we got to kind of tell folks what we do, put the word out,
Right.
look for other investors to be a part of this great thing that we're doing. So she's really concentrating on that. I can't be out in that, right? I mean, I got a lot of balancing online. So my focus is primarily online, and we have clear delineation of what we do. She's exterior out in the field here in our local market, which is Western PA, which we're
Yes.
looking to grow as well, and back end systems and things. And hey, my wife's a project manager, so she's pretty clear cut in terms of that plan and hitting those milestones. She's a stickler for that. So that's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
That is cool. So you each stay in your own lane.
Yeah.
You communicate very well together. You have complementary strengths. As you said, you're very much an acquisitions guy. You're constantly looking for new properties. Your wife is a project manager and an underwriter. All throughout this, there are complementary skill sets that we see going on here. And you communicate well together. I even wonder if you have a telepathic link. I wonder,
Well, in our house, I'm in my office. I'm upstairs. She works
Yeah.
downstairs. So it's
Okay.
always a text message or hey dear, right? And she can hear me ask the question, kind of go from there about our day. So it works out pretty good, man. In terms of the balance, if there's ever a notion whereas one potentially could get in one, we're like, wait, stop.
Yeah.
Who's gonna do what? Here's the reason why. Okay, taking March forward. So it's
Excellent.
been pretty cool.
Excellent. All right.
Yeah.
Now let's explore the academic side of your career, because one
Yeah.
thing that's fascinating about you, there are people who say, "Oh, if you're you're an academician, you're in an ivory tower, you don't know much." But dude, you're out physically, boots on the ground, doing business, and your students get the benefit of that because you understand the theoretical. Tell us, maybe you can share with us some stories about how those two come together. What is it about that combination that makes you especially strong?
I would say that a lot of institutions see me as, their eyes get wide in terms of, wow, you're a practitioner and you teach as
Yeah.
well and you've taught at so many schools. Look,
Yes.
I got my first opportunity spring 2004. I
Yeah.
was living in Colorado, single at the time, working for JBS Swift and Company. So
Yes.
think about the beef packer, Swift Premium. And I got
Yeah.
the opportunity to teach for two community colleges, principles of finance, right, with
Yeah.
Front Range Community College in Fort Collins. And then I
All
then I got
right.
the opportunity to teach microecon at Ames Community College in Loveland, Colorado. And man, it just springboarded from there. I was teaching in
Oh,
class
yeah.
at the time. And I always had a passion, man, for helping to educate folks and kind of provide those real world experiences because I've been in corporate America 20 years now. So
Oh, yeah.
being able to share those experiences have been critical. Folks sees me as an asset that outside of the realms of just pure academia. And if someone tell you, oh, academia, folks at academia, right, they don't know anything, they don't kind of speak the notion of the business world. It's absolutely false because I defy those
Okay.
expectations. So
Yeah. And certainly you're going to be strong in that area because you are actually doing business. You're not
yeah,
just sitting behind your desk writing papers. You're actually doing it, and you've done it. So there it is.
yeah,
There it is.
yep, yep.
And then your area of specialization, looking at your background in preparation for this interview, looks like supply chain is a particular interest and strength of yours. Tell
Yep.
us about your supply chain experiences and how does that tie into what you're doing with Moreland Capital?
So the supply chain aspect of it, my core niche is that of procurement, indirect procurement, by the way, in terms of services. So
Yes.
from a more land equity standpoint, right? So again, right, my wife's the project manager, but I've been in real estate also as well since
Mm-hmm.
2005 when I bought my first property in
Yes.
Pittsburgh, also, mind you. So I've always been one of kind of working to find the right vendors, right? Working to find the right match in terms of getting properties rehabbed. And, I was doing this from afar. So my story goes back, man. Started investing in real estate in 2005, but my foot wasn't on the gas.
Yeah. Yeah.
I had a corporate career. I was
Yeah.
teaching.
Yeah.
Folks, my wife calls me a Jamaican. You got so many jobs, right? So that's okay. Hey, I love disposable income, right? And a lot that it brings
Yeah.
about being able to do flexibility. So yeah, man, I was living in Omaha and was buying properties like crazy.
Yeah.
I initially was in single family, right? Bought in 3 different states, Ray. Arizona. I had a
Mhm.
condo in Scottsdale, Arizona
Yes.
that I bought wrong. I had a single family house in Indianapolis that I
Yeah.
bought, but I bought wrong. And I had a
Mm-hmm.
few properties in Pittsburgh that I actually bought right.
Okay.
And
So you bought, there are two that were wrong. So many people want to paint themselves as heroes. Hey, here's my cape. I never made any mistakes. Tell us about your adventures where you did those wrong and what did you learn from those?
sure. So took advantage of the hierarchy before 2008, 2009, right? Bought the
Ah,
condo in Arizona, what, 295?
yeah.
Rent was $1,400 a month. Very, very little rehab because it was ready to go. And the
Yes.
goal was to hold it 12, 14 months, get $25,000 net, walk away into the sunset, do it again.
Right, right.
That did not happen.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So yeah, that one being, I mean, that was one of the most hardest pits in my stomach. I ended up
Yeah.
short selling it, Ray,
Yeah.
84,000.
Okay, you short sold it for what? How much?
84.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
295 to 84. You do the math. So
Yeah, right, right. That was a big tuition check, but I bet you learned a lot there. Well,
learn
tell us that. I
experience.
don't want to assume that.
Yeah,
How
yeah,
did
yeah, yeah. Learn
you?
experience. I mean, almost foreclosed on it.
Yeah,
Almost.
yeah, right,
I
right,
got out of it, learn experience, and that taught me to kind of choose wisely and play within the sandbox that I feel more comfortable playing with. It was me and a
right.
buddy of mine. We worked
Yes,
together. We were living in Colorado at the time, and between the Colorado and I went to Omaha next, and we both bought condos.
yeah.
Close
Okay,
to 300K. I short sold mine. I think he foreclosed on his.
okay, all right.
And one,
But hey,
yeah,
you recovered. What other lesson would you share with us from that experience or any other potential hiccups? I have a business partner and mentor who calls them seminars.
yeah, yeah. Don't let the failure define you. I would say
Right.
so. Hey, I threw 3 pitches. I got 2 strikes, but I hit a home run in one market, and
Yes.
yeah,
Isn't that
gangbusters
a
for me.
very healthy way to look at it? You got
Yeah,
3 pitches, 2 strikes, and then you hit a home run.
hit a
That
home
is a
run.
beautiful way to look at that.
Hit a home run. Yeah. So started buying properties in Western PA,
Yeah.
25, 35, 45,000. Great. That's
Right.
manageable.
Okay.
I got a mentor.
All
I joined
right.
the ecosystem.
Yes.
And I went from 8, 9 properties to before me and my wife got married, I had 52.
Yes. All right. All
So I
right.
scaled, I scaled, and my foot was off the gas because my job, my
Yeah.
teaching, and this passive income was coming in, right? I was, what I was doing was I was buying them, right? Got a cluster rate, and we go, okay, cash out, refi, get the cash out, go buy some more, and that's what I was doing.
Yes.
That's what I was taught, and
Right.
worked out well, man. Worked out well. Ended up paying off all of the mortgages, so I was netting
Mm.
like close to 30K a month in cash flow at the time.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Still a few, flipped 1 to 2 properties a year because I wasn't there. I was in the
Mm-hmm.
Midwest. So it worked out well, man. It worked out well. And you know, you know, I wish I had at that time knew about multifamily. I did.
Yes.
But you don't know what you don't know. And things happen for a reason, a season, or a lifetime, right? So
Right. A
the way
reason for a
yeah,
lifetime.
yeah, man.
Yeah.
So we get married, right? And we moved from Las Vegas to Dallas, and we opened up a franchise.
Yes.
And
Tell us about that move. Like now you're doing a perfect segue here, going from what you did in single family now into multifamily and the franchise. Tell us a little bit about those. You can pick one, the franchise or the multifamily. What do you want to
sure.
focus
So franchise was after single family, right? So I got all this, got all this cash flow, these properties, and I'm still lukewarm. My feet's not. I'm just cruising. I'm not. My foot's not on the gas, and
on? Yes.
still working and doing other things. So married now. Me and my wife decided to open up a franchise business, and we reach out, we do it, and it's pricey, but we start to progress. Year
Yes.
one, we don't make any money. Year two, we don't make any money. Year three, we don't make any money. So this is before COVID now, and we decided to close the business. Again, right? Another strike, right? So comes out of it right now to sell half of the portfolio. We're closing the business. So unexpected, but you kind of got to do what you got to do in order to
Right.
To maintain. And we ended up closing the business. It comes with a pit in the stomach, right? Because you built up a brand, you built up a reputation in an area at the time. So
Yes.
we closed it, man. Of course, there were some ramifications associated with that, and luckily, right? That's why I say real estate is a blessing for me and my family. I had all those properties, right? I had all
Yes.
those properties I can either sell off, get the cash to be able to go through the issues of what we were going through, and came out of it. I'm still alive, still well,
Yes. Yeah.
and
So
yeah.
yeah, so looking back at this, because of your strategic moves starting in 2005, because of your real estate acquisitions, you had created a safety net for yourself where you were able to go out and start another business. That business did not work out as well as you would have
Yep.
liked, but because of the strategy you put in place from 2005 until the present date, you were able to recover, bounce back, and then pivot into something else.
100%. You articulated it perfectly. That's exactly what happened.
That is a powerful case study for how someone should run a business. You have established multiple rivers of cash, and not only multiple rivers because you had multiple properties, but multiple rivers. One is the real estate and one is the franchise business. Let me ask you this, Melvin. What is your passion? Are you passionate about multifamily? Are you passionate about real estate in general? Are you passionate about business? What drives you, or what gets you excited?
I am passionate about real estate in general.
Yes.
It has been a savior for me.
Yeah.
I'm also passionate about teaching and influencing others, right? I've been adjunct next year, make 20 years. So
wow,
that's what, for me, that's what keeps me up. That's what keeps me happy. I mean, I love real estate, all forms of real estate, actually. I love multifamily because you can scale.
yes,
My aha moment was just within the last, 18 months, Ray? I mean,
yeah.
you would think an econ professor who teaches economies of scale would have known about this before, but that's okay. That's okay, right? I
Okay.
should have been in large multifamily a long time ago, but again, right? Real estate for me was just a cruising down the street, 25 miles an hour. It's getting me income. I'm doing my thing, and my mindset was corporate 9 to 5. That
Yeah.
mindset has changed now. So
Yes,
uh,
the mindset has changed. Yes.
yeah,
And so
it's a
now,
different mindset.
yeah. So 18 months ago, you started putting your foot on the gas towards multifamily.
Yeah,
What caused that? What was you said the aha came 18 months ago. What triggered that aha?
went to a seminar and my mouth fell to the floor. Like, these people doing this?
Yeah.
Like, whoa! So I'm like, okay, we need to ramp up like fast, right? So my thinking
Right.
is, so I'm talking with an individual. Oh, I retired from my job. Really? How'd you do that? Right? So I'm starting to see in this
Yeah.
room with all these folks, man, who kind of pushing the trajectory of multifamily. I mean, I think there were like one or two individuals who was on the stage and like, oh, I still got my job, but I love what I do. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay. So I'm like, this is doable. I've been successful in single family, right? There's mentorship and there's
Right.
proximity of folks that's doing it. Game over. I
Okay.
know I can get in. I know I can be successful. It's just a matter of time. Keep educating yourself, and those opportunities will come. And voila, it's happening.
Yes.
Yeah,
There it is. There it
yeah,
is
there it
right
is.
there. There it is. That's wonderful, the way that comes together. Now,
Yeah,
you mentioned a few times the word mentorship. Tell us a little bit about how mentorship has played a role in your life. And clearly, you're a mentor to others at the same time. So it's not like you're in one role or the other. So tell us a little bit, what role has mentorship played in your life?
I treat mentorship as for me, it's more of a third ear, right? I love getting information like, dang, I didn't think about that. Let me
Yeah.
try to put that to action, right? And for me,
Yes.
that those indirect, subtle actions or whatever that I maybe not be thinking about is what's very valuable. And for me, I savor that moment when I kind of get those nuggets like, dang, I didn't think about that. Should have been.
Mm,
But when your mind's going a million miles a minute, right?
right.
Job, you got the class, you got students. I got my own little student, my guy there,
Yeah,
who,
yes, yeah, your
and just
8-year-old.
family. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a lot going on, man. So critical to have a mentor, um, moving forward, man. And like, I just was on a call with another guy. I was in another consortium that we're part of, Raise Masters.
Yes, yes.
Was on the phone with self storage guru, and he gave me some terms of how he approached it in terms of off market deals. It's like, why I didn't think about that. So this world is about life is about continuous improvement.
Yes.
I correlate that to my 9 to 5 because I'm a supply chain procurement guy.
Right.
I try to live my life like that, man. Try to get 1% better every day. I try to get habits in place, and getting habits in place is tough, Ray.
Yes,
It's
yes.
tough, man. It ain't easy. It ain't easy, but I keep telling myself right now, for me, a typical day, if I'm not on a meeting or I'm not on a call, not on a podcast, I'm listening to, I love Dr. Eric Thomas.
Mm-hmm. Yes, E.T.
Oh, ET.
Yes.
Yeah, I like that in your face type stuff, screaming at you through the phone. I'm
Right.
listening. And I,
Right.
I love that, man. That keeps me motivated. It keeps me in line to stick to my habits, don't give up, and success is on the way if you kind of stick to your plan. So it's been
Yes.
good, man.
Well, you know what? You jumped ahead in a beautiful and powerful way. We're coming towards the end. I was going to
Yeah.
ask you what influences you, what books are you reading, or what podcasts are you listening to? So you shared Dr. Eric Thomas, ET, and he's got a lot of videos out there. He's been
Yep.
interviewed on a ton of podcasts everywhere. So certainly we need to include a link to his material. What else are you reading, or what else would you recommend that our listeners and viewers read?
Cool. So one book I'm reading, ET's new book, You Owe You.
UOU.
You
Okay.
owe you. You are responsible for your own success. You're responsible for kind of changing up the trajectory of your life. If everyone comes and gets hit with pitfalls, it's how you bounce back and make things a little more successful in terms of that's kind of how it's going to determine where you're going. So I'm reading
Yes.
that book there right now. I'm also reading Tom Wheelwright's book, but the 7 strategies
Mm-hmm.
on taxes. So
Yes.
I am really, really, really passionate also to enhance that, man. Look, not paying, minimizing my tax liability.
Right.
Big, big,
Right.
big. I'm on social media. I'm pushing it. I'm pushing it. And I think it's starting to resonate with some folks in my ecosystem. But
Right.
man, I've been a business owner, Ray.
Yes.
And I have multiple W-2s. I teach at a couple of schools, right? And I
Yes.
got a 9 to
Okay.
5.
All right.
It feels good getting a nice refund, man. Feels
Yeah.
good.
Oh, yes.
Ray,
Yes.
feels good. And that's what I'm passionate about.
There it is. There it
Feels
is.
good. Yeah.
Mentorship, teaching, learning. You're a continuous learner, continuous student. I love your metaphor about mentorship as a third ear.
Yeah.
I didn't think of it
Yeah.
that way. That is, yeah, I love that metaphor.
Yeah. I
Wonderful.
mean, when I'm talking on the phone, man, like, when you didn't think about it and you go out and someone's doing it, go out and try to implement it. And if it doesn't work for you, kind of talk and collaborate to figure out what can it do for what they had success to bring success for you. That's what I love,
Yes.
man. Always a certain level, like, dang, I didn't think about that. But hey, go ahead and implement it, and hopefully kind of brings some type of value. That's how you improve
Yes.
it. Yeah.
Wonderful. Man, Melvin, your journey is fascinating. I'm so grateful that you decided to spend time with us here today at ROI Clear. It's been wonderful getting to know you and Jackie, and to watch you and your family doing the things that you're doing. So thank you for being with us here today at ROI Clear.
Appreciate it, man.